Alright, this is actually going to be a very quick video because as you'll see, belief systems generally enforce existing social structures while also offering new roles and status to some men and women. So, we've already talked about it reinforcing existing social structures. So again, the religion comes in and we see religious legitimacy. So it says, why is this guy the king? Well, because God put him here. Mandate of heaven. Hindu social caste system. In the Byzantine Empire, the aristocracy and the emperor are put in because of God's will. They have a divine kind of mandate. And the social structure of peasants is also reinforced. There's a reason you're the place that you're at, and that has to do with religious concepts. Those reinforce them. The priest class in almost every civilized society connects to that and reinforces it. However, the roles and status for some men and women. And this filial piety is important because it changes the way that Chinese homes happen and really reinforces a Chinese sense of patriarchy. And that connects to the way that the world should work according to Confucianism, which is the correct relationships between father and children and husband and wife. A man is the head of the household. Kind of changes the family dynamic there and creates a more unified family, a structured family, and this is the way that Chinese society works accordingly. A father is the head of that, a woman or his wife as subservient, and then as the older sons taking that role as they move on. There's definitely a pecking order within these societies. And here, with Buddhism and Christian monastic life, that's important. Both of these, what will happen is in Christianity and Buddhism, and here's another parallel between the two, is both of them will create something new, which are these monasteries, which is where people will go off and just live a religious life. They won't marry, they won't create families, they will just practice their religion. And in many of these cases, women will do this. And women will gain powers of authority. For example, in Christian scenarios, some of these you have men and women connected. Now, they don't see each other, but they're sharing the same building, men on one side, women on the other. A woman will almost always be in charge of these dual monasteries. And the reason, or the thought being that if you put a man in charge, there will almost always be abuses. But a woman in charge, there won't be. And so that's this kind of authority that is afforded. However, in Christianity, at the early stages of the church, we see a lot more women in prominent roles. As it becomes more unified, as it becomes more associated with, the political organizations of the time, it will become, again, very patriarchal. As we move down to other religious and cultural traditions, including shamanism, animism, ancestor veneration, these will persist. So, shamanism and animism are very similar. This is the belief that mountain ranges, rivers, oceans, plains, different things, herds of animals will have spirits, things that can be connected to. Shamanism is much like animism, except the shaman is the kind of the priest of animism. He is the person who will connect people to the natural world, tapping into the energies and the spirits and the natural world in which we are a part. Ancestor veneration, of course, will persist as well. Ancestor veneration is common in the Roman Empire, in China, Sub-Saharan Africa. This belief that you are connected to the spirits of your ancestors, they're still around, they help you, they guard you, they follow you, and you are to respect them and remember them and have a connection to them. Both of these will happen. They happen traditionally outside of large civilizations, especially among nomadic peoples. Now, you could call the Xiongnu a large civilization, of course you would, but geographically it's huge. It's not as concentrated as, say, the Byzantine Empire. There's many fewer people per square kilometer, square mile. And as they are living and more connected with the land, I guess all people were connected with the land, but as they are directly with this pastoral societies, hunter and gatherer societies, you will generally see an animistic type of religion happening. So the thing you want to know is where it persists and what it means. So you know what shamanism and animism mean, you know where it persists, and you know why it persists in those areas. The reason why is because you do not have a civilization. The cities, the roads, the buildings that you have really allow you to have these new belief systems, Buddhism, Christianity, Hinduism. You need kind of a structure for this new priest class to work, whereas shamanism, animism can be very localized. And hunter and gatherer, pastoral nomads, people who are on the move, people who aren't in huge civilizations, urban civilizations. These are the people who will do this because there's more of a connection to the land and to the tribe and their role within that.